Shalom Makim, brother Kamal Mahar here, back at it again. First thing first, we'll give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, qadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders on this true form from GMS. Blessings to the Akim there preaching his word with wholehearted true sincerity. Blessings to the 144,000, the 1/3 entirely, the house of David, the Biaf Dawadah, the first fruits kingdom of heaven. And shalom to brothers out there that speak in different tongues and look in different nations. Shalom, brothers. So today I wanted to through the spirit, I wanted to get into, you know, um, Esau, has we are in captivity in Esau's kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And the thought of Esau is nothing but bloodshed, robbery, and murder, man. That's all he pretty much good for. It's all he know, and that's how they was set up. At the end of the day, though, their whole purpose was how to kill their brother Jacob, man. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, which they've been doing for some time, man, because we know that Esau is the Most High's whooping stick. At the end of the day, though, they have did the children of Israel real dirty ever since the birthright was given. And that's why they've been upset the whole time, and that's why they just seek to just have that perpetual hatred. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how this thing goes. So first things first, what you want to do is, for edification's sake, you always want to start off in Genesis on why this whole thing is where it is. Why is Esau always trying to seek to destroy Jacob, man? The Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, they always thinking of ways how they can keep the children of Israel down. And ultimately, it comes back to that birthright. Not to mention that, they already know that, when Jake get a handle on things, like my brother Ariel would say, when Jake get a handle with things, we adapt to it and get good at it real quick. As soon as you put Jake into something, that's going to be the new skill set that we're going to put in our arsenal as far as many other talents that we have, because the Lord made us a peculiar people. You see what I'm saying? But Genesis 25. Okay, so I'm gonna go to you know what? All right, I'm gonna go to the account of Esau selling his birthright, because people forget about that part. That's that's real nutty about Esau, is the fact that you going through all this situation to bring down Jake's. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, though, where you have a hatred toward Jake because of the birthright, but then again, you sold it. Like, once you sold it, you should have been cool with the fact that that you don't have anymore. But I find it very interesting, which I'm about to read, is the fact that once Esau sold it, Isaac was still saying, Esau, come in so I can give you the blessing. Like, he forgot that he sold it or so. Like, so he tried to finagle the fact that he sold it just to, pretty much still try to get the birthright after he sold it. That's not how it works. So right here, Genesis 25 and I started 30. 29. And it says, and Jacob sod pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom, which means red. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? Right. So Esau was just real hungry and very and also very vain, because the scripture says, the body cannot profit off food alone, but through the word. So, through on a spiritual aspect, this proves that Esau is not spiritual at all. They're all vain glory and pride, and they have no spirituality in them, as they think they do. And it says, and this all goes back to Esau. That's all where it starts. And it says, I'm going to read again. It says 32. It says, Genesis 25 and 32. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. There it go. It's gone now. I own it now. It's a wrap. Like, people try to say that, now Esau does say that, because Jacob's name, I think, is supposed to be supplanter. It goes back to supplanter. That's what it means, like a con artist or a manipulator or so. And but in reality, everybody wants to say that yeah, Jacob stole the birthright, but he didn't though. Right here, he sold it just now. And it says, okay, then it says, then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of the lentils, and he did eat and drink and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. He despised his birthright. He didn't even want the John. You see what I'm saying? So when you go here, um, I believe it's in 27. Yeah, 27 is when Isaac gives the blessing. I'm gonna just get to the point. 27 and believes in the high 30s. Um, uh, okay, so I guess my brother Ariel would tell me. I just gonna go hit him with it. Might as well. All right, so I started Genesis 27 and uh okay, matter of fact, let's go to 32. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? Esau's coming back in from hunting. And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, Who? Where is he that have taken venison and brought it to me, and have eaten all of I have eaten all of all before thou camest, and have blessed him, and yeah, he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and have taken away thy blessing. See, there you go, subtlety. And it says right here, it says like clever, like kind of like the serpent has subtly con artist Eve to learn that knowledge of good and evil to end up finding out that they were found out they were naked, and then the Lord found out that they sinned, and then they dropped down to a lower state. So the same kind of concept. In 36 it says, and he said, it is it is not he rightly named Jacob, for he have supplanted me these two times. See, rightly named Jacob, and it's ascribing to that his name means supplanted, like a con artist or manipulator. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he have taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? So now, right here in 36, you got Esau whipping and whining about how his blessing was going. But right here in 25 in 32 it says, and Esau said, Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, Swear to me this day. And he swore it unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. So at that point, why are we going to 27 to where Esau is crying and whimpering on the fact that he's been upset that Jacob has supplanted him out of his birthright? Well, that's bullshit. You know? Now the point is, um, he got his blessing of the sword. I'll read it. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his head and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of the heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke off thy neck. And then it says, here's the point of my video. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Right. And that's why. And there you go, right there. That's the reason why, Esau today is after the Renaissance, like it said in the scriptures, after the Renaissance, when Esau broke the yoke off the iron, that we had him in subjection and dominion. Through the Renaissance, they started coming up, and then Esau got power, and then after that, that's when this part of I would slay my brother started happening. And now that's when Esau started to, make decrees, put us in slavery. Now we was given into the hand of our enemies, but the way they did it was out of control, and they did it with a serious loathe and hatred towards his own brother. And that's why they got to be put down, because they broke the brotherly covenant, which I'll get into that. So right here in Psalms 10, Psalms 10, Psalms 10. I start at let me see, about 3. I start at Psalms 10 and 8. It says, "He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den, and he lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He hath said in his heart, the Most High hath forgotten, he hid of his face, and he will never see it." So there you go right there. There you go right there. What Esau's doing, man. So this is describing what you call a spiritual bully, or vainly speaking, through the spirit, Esau is a bully towards Jacob, because we're considered the poor, like it says in Revelations 2:10. 2 and 9, it says, "I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich." Right. That's talking about the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, the real Jews of the Bible, the real Israelites are in mourning. They know thy works, their service of the Lord, tribulation and poverty. Right. We got no protection. We got the Deuteronomy 28, 16 through 68 curses on us. We're in tribulation and we're in poverty, man. We have no protection and we're poor. We're considered the poor of the earth. And I know the blasphemy of them which they would say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Right, because they stole our heritage and they brought us down, like it says in Psalms 83, and they won that battle. They practically won that battle. All the nations came together for a tumult to bring Jacob down, so their name could be no more be in remembrance, and that happened. So and by being a poor, all Esau do is just, like it says right here in 8. It says, "He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor." Right, and that's Jake, man. We in the ghettos. They got us in the ghettos. We in all the jails. They shoot us down in the streets. They set us up in poverty, in the positions to slaying your own brother. Because think about it, the curse is on us in Deuteronomy 28:54. At the end of the day, though, if you take impoverished people and put them in a impoverished situation and give them impoverished opportunities or non-opportunities, eventually the poor will buck up against the poor because they don't have anything. Why do you think in Second Esdras, the 16th chapter, when it talks about sedition among men and swords in their hand for great tribulation and lack of bread? Right. Well, that's what our people live through. And that's why they always fighting for blocks and space and territory and all kinds of fuckery, because some are well off and some are not. And when the ones who are not well off, they'll try to rob still because he's trying to survive. Well, that's all set up through, Esau, man. Keeping our people down, man. Finding ways to keep on doing it. Like, let me go to Micah 2. Micah 2 and 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. Right. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. They hold the laws, decrees. They got the armies and the navies. They got everything they need to rule this earth in wickedness. They got everything, the sword, whatever, the money, the currency, everything. They got it. Remember, their blessing was the fatness of the earth thereof, but for a temporary time. But they have it until Yahawashi come back and bring down their kingdom and set up his own. And the Israelites gonna be with him, the elect. And it says Micah 2:2, "And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even the man his heritage." See that? They oppress a man even in his house and even his heritage, man. They vagabonds, they steal everything, they rape, rob, murder, everything. That's what they do. So, you know, um, they gotta be brought down, man. What is that? Jeremiah 11. Maybe 5. Jeremiah 11:5. That I may perform an oath which I have sworn unto your fathers to give them a land flowing with milk and honey. Let me see. Oh, no, Salakia, brothers. Uh, mm, nah, it's not that. It's Zechariah 11. Salakia, brothers. It's Zechariah 11. Zechariah 11, and maybe like around 5. Okay, Zechariah 11 to 5. 4, I started 4. It says, no, 3. It says, there is a voice of the howling of the shepherds, for their glory is spoiled, a voice of the roaring of young lions, for the pride of Jordan is spoiled. Thus saith Yahawashi, my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, Yahawah, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. You see that? And so Esau's pride is thinking that, they're blessed because they can slay the Israelites and do what they do to the Israelites. Not to mention, remember it says in Psalms, it said that the Lord don't even see it. You know what I mean? The Lord is chalking this all up. But they're in a trick bag for that. Um, I'm gonna keep reading. 6. For I will no more pity the inhabitants of the land, saith Yahawah below. I will deliver the men every one into his neighbor's hand, and into the hand of his king, and they shall smite the land, and out of their hand I will deliver them. I will not deliver them. And I will flee the flock of slaughter, even you, O poor of the flock. And I took unto me 2 staffs, and one I called beauty, and the other I called bands, and I fed the flock. And that's beautiful. That's gonna happen to us eventually. You know what I'm saying? So, the Lord gonna send Yahawashi down here to do his thing to help his people, man. The elect, and 2/3 gotta go, and one third will be therein. Um, that's a beautiful thing because we need help, man. Lamentations 4, and I'm gonna say, what is this, 22. It says, well, you know what? I started 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee, and thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. Right? They're about to get the cup now. See, now they're oppressing us. They're making us feel some type of way. They doing us dirty, and we under captivity under them. But the Lord said, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. So they're going to be tribulation, and they're going to be at the bottom, and they're going to be going to slavery. And what a beautiful thing with that is, and this is why, and this is why the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Yeah, we're not going into captivity no more. This is our last captivity, and it's the last time we got to deal with this Esau wicked bullshit. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. That's what's happening right now. And the transition period from this slavery of us to the slavery of Esau is at hand, man. And that's a beautiful thing, and that's what needs to happen. Like it says in Revelations 13:10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith for the saints. Right. We really looking forward to that, man. It's Esau's turn to do, what we had to do, because listen, look, man, look, man. The Lord said it's a righteous thing to have recompense for the ones that trouble you, man. And that's what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? What's that? I'm looking for Isaiah 14. This is beautiful. Isaiah 14, shoot for real. I'll just read it down. For Yahawashi will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them, Israelites, taken to Esau and other nations, and will bring them to their place, the kingdom of heaven, And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahawashi, the kingdom of heaven, for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. You see that? And I'm gonna end this off with Obadiah for the reason why it gotta be. Well, that's verbatim because he that leaveth to captivity shall go into captivity. So that's just the precept on between Revelations 13 and 10 and Isaiah 14 and 2. You know what I mean? But here's the reason why Esau has to go through the situation, because I'm gonna go to it's in the beginning actually. Uh Okay, it says Obadiah 1 and 8. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahawashi, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understand out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau shall be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Call Halal Yahabashim Yahawashi, Bahasham qadash. I brought this out as edifying to you, brothers. Some comfort, man. Esau is gonna get that get back, man. I mean, Jacob gonna get that get back on Esau for what they did to us, man. I say I don't give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi. Yahawah, he is to be, exists. Bahasham, the name, and the only begotten Son, the Lord and Savior, the Deliverer, Yahawashi. Bahasham, the name, and the Holy Spirit of qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders on this truth from GMS. Blessings to the Akiman there preaching his word with whole true sincerity. Blessings to 144,000 and 1/3 entirely. The first fruits, kingdom of heaven. The house of David, the Biaf Dawadah. And shalom to you brothers out there speaking in different tongues and looking different nations pushing this rock, man. Shalom, brothers.